Hello, welcome, superstars, your rock stars, my conscious wealth creators. So stoked to be connecting. Again, I want you to really listen with your whole being here because this can really make a big shift. And you know me, I'm all about integration. So if you're here, say hello, give me a wave, give me whatever you need to give me to let me know you're here. And if you are watching the replays, again, do the hashtag replay. I am loving the fact that you guys let me know you're not able to make it and you follow up and you give me the hashtag replay and you give me the feedback. I'm loving that interaction. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Gwendolyn. Yay. So it really means a lot that you're giving me that feedback and an interaction because it gives me, you know, how I can tweak and support you continuously. So today's topic is how to really increase your wealth by shifting these two very specific vibrations. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Cynthia. So great to have you guys. So when I talk about wealth, I really want you to understand wealth, abundance, wholeness. That's really, and I could give you, several more adjectives, but this is really it's who we really are. And we've we've moved away from the truth of who we are. So when I talk about wealth, yes, it can be money, but it's so much more. It's just the essence of who we are. It's also the qualities of the universe we're living in, right? So increasing our wealth is returning to our natural abundance, a natural state. So if that's not how you viewed it, it's a powerful reframe so you can start embodying this from a different perspective rather than thinking, oh, wealth, oh, that's kind of greedy. It's the opposite of greed. It really is. So yeah, if this is a juicy topic, tell me juicy in the comments. Hello, Sherry. Yes, hello. Nice to see you. So I want you to agree. I do want you to agree, but I'm going to give you two concepts before we jump in. Well, we're jumping in, but I want to make sure that we're sort of on the same page. So we have been conditioned or programmed that there's just not enough. Right? Whether it's by family, friends, coworkers, peers, media, government, teachers, etc., etc., etc. Hello, Malita. And we've been programmed and conditioned. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I can see it. There's conscious, but there's still programs running underneath it. That's unconscious. So we're programmed that there's not enough. There's resources are scarce. There's lack, right? And so even to the point of our bodies, right? Like we're told we're not thin enough, we're not good looking enough, our hair's not long enough, or it's not dark enough, or light enough, or frizzy enough, curly enough, straight enough, right? Like we're told all the time, right? Our nails aren't long enough. And yes, I'm talking to women right now, but we can't afford that, right? Or that's expensive. Like it's everywhere. And so whether it's in our relationships or media or, at any level, it's there all the time, this lack. And I get it, like I'm talking to some really awake women here. However, there's different levels of it. So when we're bombarded with this, the idea of lack starts seeping in. It seeps in, and it could just be minuscule, but it affects us if we're not looking at that. So as a result, we learn to go out and get. Write the word if you haven't written down, get, G-E-T, get. So we use getting energy, right? We go out and get clients. We go out and get business. We go out and get leads in a relationship. We go out and try to get a relationship, or we go out and try to get in shape. Yes, we need to take actions, but what's the energy we're using? So, and this is definitely tied closely to the whole scarcity, lack, to I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not whatever enough, right? Which is, as you know, it's one of the most prevalent limiting beliefs. So if you're with me, if you're in agreement with that we're bombarded with lack and scarcity and not enoughness message in the world. So just type agree, right? And you have any questions about that? Like, no, I don't really know if I agree with that. Put it in there. Like, I love the feedback. So if you're with me, just write with you, Janine. You don't have to say Janine, but with you. Give me the feedback that you're here, you're with me, that you're getting that, right? That we're bombarded with that. So that's the first thing I want us to be in agreement with. You don't have to, but I'd like it to be. So the second thing is a more powerful, oh, that's great. Yeah, Deanne, absolutely. So the second agreement, a more powerful agreement, is that there is enough, right? There always has been, there always will be. You know, abundance, again, it's our natural state. It's the universe's natural state, right? There is no lack. Ocean, air, breath, what we breathe, the air we breathe, resources, right? And you could be saying, yeah, but there isn't, Janine, there isn't some, you know, if you look at, you know, clean water, right? But it's not, that's not the natural state. Our natural state is abundance. We've just moved away from it, right? Humans have done a number on our earth, but for the most part, like, not for the most part, it's truth that that's our natural state, right? So if you think about, like, just take that in for a sec. Everything about you, everything in the universe is abundance, is whole, is complete, right? Just let that sink in. Our conscious mind might want to challenge that, but if you let it sink in a little bit, you see through a different lens that there is no lack. It's already here. It's already here. Sometimes we just can't see it, right? The only lack is what we've created in our thoughts, beliefs, and beliefs are just thoughts we repeat over and over. So it becomes our reality. So if you're in agreement with that, that there is enough, right? Enoughness. There is enough. If you're in agreement with that, put agreement. I want everyone to be on the same page here. But yeah, I challenge, I suggest if there's any limiting beliefs that kick in, that you challenge them. You know, Janine, you said there's a lot of money, there's only abundance of money, but you know, when I look at my bank account, I see otherwise, right? I suggest you actually look at that, pick those beliefs up and really examine them. And I'm not going to do a whole, we did this last week in my group coaching, but I go through a whole process where we look at our limiting beliefs. And one great question I'm going to share with you right now that can really support you is this true? Is it really true? Right? You know, I don't have enough money. Just because something is real doesn't make it true, right? The truth is there's enough money for you, there's enough money for me, there's enough money, there's enough clients, there's enough abundance. Just because I have more, I'm not taking away from anything. Or maybe you get a lot of whatever it is, you're not taking from anyone, right? There's a lot of limiting beliefs. Well, if I have more of this, I'm taking from someone else. Again, not true. So if you're in agreement, type in agreement. So we've taken in a bird's eye view and agree that we bombarded with not enough and that we agree that there really is enough. Yes? Yes. So despite circumstances, right? So we end up using getting energy. So that's the first frequency or the vibration that we have to understand is getting. It's a low vibration, right? So we want to let go of that lower vibration of getting, that lower frequency, and we want to replace it with a higher frequency that's more aligned with our natural abundance, our natural wealth state, right? So who can guess what that frequency is? If we want to move from getting frequency, we want to replace it. And actually, I've got my book here. I don't know if you're familiar with Power versus Force. Dr. Hawkins, and there's an emotional guidance scale, and he doesn't label it getting and giving, but there's different vibrations and how you grow and expand, you rise up in the frequency. So what you want to close Dion, it is, yeah, you're very close. It's which is a very powerful frequency as well. It's giving. It's giving. So we want to move from, if you think of like a ladder, right? Giving is quite low. It's a low frequency, but getting is low, and giving is very, very high vibration. It's a high frequency. So getting is scarcity, right? The umbrella of scarcity. And giving is under the umbrellas of abundance, right? And I'm not going to go into abundance and scarcity. It's very similar, but these are more specific vibrations that you can apply and actually put into your life right now. So allowing, yes, Jessica, that's a really good one too. So yeah, Sarah, giving, and I'm going to talk more about this. So I want to talk specifically about getting and giving. So let's use, what's a good example? Money. Let's use business. So if business doesn't apply to you, if you don't have your own business, put in whatever resonates with you, whether it's relationships, money, whatever, health. But I totally get that a lot of you are already successful, you're already givers, but again, there's another level. but also how you can actually show up with even more awareness, right? Getting energy is sneaky. It's your ego. It's sneaky. And like I think I'm a big giver, and all of a sudden I'll go, whoa, and I'll challenge something that pops up. I'm like, that's interesting, right? So living with a little more awareness, now you can't unknow what I've talked about. So now you can implement this. So let's talk about the getting energy, and then more specifically the giving. And so the getting energy, we've been programmed, right? It's low vibration, but when you have the getting energy, and if any one of you work with teams or other, whatever you do for your living, this might actually help some of the people you work with too, because in business, we don't want to have that getting energy. So it's implying that there isn't enough. So that's what's running in the background, our program, right? We're actually focused that something is missing. So I need to go out and get. So we're saying it's not here right now. And that actually, what happens is that's resistance. So it actually pushes it away. So not only is it low vibration, you're actually pushing it away. It's not trusting the process. And we're also disconnected from our source that really supports us, right? So we're actually getting energy. We think we're moving closer, but it's actually pushing it away. Huge distinction. So I want you to not just listen conceptually, I want you to get this. So you could even close your eyes right now, just take one nice deep breath. What does the frequency of getting feel like in your body? And if you did close your eyes, open up, give me some feedback. I'm going to get the conversation going. What this might feel like in your body is maybe some tightness or some constriction or angst, like some anxiousness. Oh, there's not enough, maybe fear. Like, what would that feel like in your body? I want you to embody this so we can move away from it. So I want to just tap on this. I'm not a big believer in going down the rabbit hole, but I just want you to tap on what that getting energy feels like. And then we're going to move into the giving and embody that. So just share that with me if anything came up for you. So for me, it would be like fear, anxiety, constriction, if I didn't say that already, tightness, on edge, lack of power. Shelley, yes. Thank you, Sarah. Yes. So it's not a great feeling, right? Yuck. Yes, yuck is right. It is a yucky feeling, right? So it's so easy to live on autopilot and not really tune in, and we go, oh yeah, okay, where does that show up, right? So let's shift that. Let's take a nice deep breath and let go of that. We're done with that. And now I want you to really imagine and tune into giving for a moment. This is not how most of us have been programmed, right? Right from as you're a kid, mine, my toy, right? Mine, right? No fun, yes. So we have not been taught this necessarily, maybe at some level, but it's not, it's a significantly higher vibration, right? It's a significantly higher vibration. And so there is a knowing that we are whole. There's a knowing we're complete. There's a knowing we're abundant, that we are an extension of this abundant universe, right? That we're supported. When you're starting to use giving energy, you're telling your whole being that it's here in vibrational form, right? It's not missing. Maybe you can't see it, but there's a knowing it's here. So you're not resisting. And you're allowing. I know someone mentioned allowing in the comments. Allowing is a very high vibration. So you're in flow. There absolutely is enough. There's enough for me. There's enough for you. And that from this place, we can be of service. I'm a big believer that that's why we're here. We're here to awaken to the truth of who we are. We're here to be of service. And we're here to love on ourselves, love on others. So it's a very high vibration. So when you're using giving energy, you are feeling so whole. You don't need to get anything. You can give, right? It's the quickest path to being wealthy in your business, in your relationships, in your whole life. So let's tune into the frequency of giving. What does that really feel like, right? So we're going from getting energy, the icky, all those qualities you suggested or shared with me, to giving. So let's just take a nice deep breath. And breathe in what giving feels like. What's that frequency? What's the vibration? What's the emotion? What does the feel like in your body? And if you did close your eyes, open them up and just share, right? What does that feel like for you? For me, it'd be serving, loving, honoring, knowing, flow, sufficiency. I want to see what your feedback is here. A feeling of fulfillment, ease. Gwendolyn, freeing. Yes. Sarah, flow, love that word, flow. Yeah. To open, to receive. Yes, which a lot of people don't like to do. Yeah. I think I just talked about receiving in a recent Facebook Live too. It is not good. Giving without expectations is where you want to be. Yes, huge point, Cynthia. Thank you. Giving without expectations. This is an assumption going on here. True giving, there is no expectation to get. True giving, there's no expectation that you're going to get something back. You're just giving to give. You're giving from this wholeness because it's your abundance, because you don't need anything in return. You don't need it because you're already whole. When you come from the place where you already know you're whole, there's nothing to get, right? Not normally how we think. So yeah, share with me, calm, warm, nurturing, whole. Sherry, joy, Shelley, thank you, serving others, freeing, living my passion. Yeah, beautiful. So, and if you peel that back underneath that giving energy, there's always something underneath the energy, right? So underneath that energy, you'll probably sense that wholeness, that completeness, that there is no lack, right? No expectations. Yeah, good job. So if you haven't written that already down, if you haven't wrote that down, to increase my wealth, I must move from that lower vibration of getting and move to giving. But it's important to watch for that sneaky ego because it'll sneak in. But with your living more awareness, like I've always understood, and you probably have, well, not always, but the idea of abundance and scarcity. But now you can really apply the specific energy of getting and giving. But a great way that I do as often as I can, or I remember, is like, how can I give today? How can I serve? Right? How can I give? How can I serve? And it's amazing what starts showing up, right? When you give your best, that higher vibration, what are you going to get back? You're going to get the best back. Give your best, you get the best back. But you're not doing it to get anything. You're just doing it because you are a giver, right? Energy goes, right? Where energy goes, it grows, right? The higher vibe out, the higher vibe in, right? But just think of a time when someone did something really nice for you, right? Just for the sake of, doing something nice. I know that a couple of you have sent me a little gift in the last little while, right? And it's just like, oh, that's so sweet, right? Just out of the blue. And I've done the same thing. And it's just, you're just giving to give. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you receive? How does it make you feel when you give? So I want to end with this because you know that I'm all about the embodiment. So if we use that example of your business, and again, if you're not in business, think of something else or something that's a little bit wants your attention, go there, whatever it might be. But what's the giving action that you can implement right now? What's the giving energy, that frequency? What can you do like right now? Well, not right this second, after the Facebook Live. Like what can you do in your business? Share with me. Like I'm all about the integration, the implementation, so you can actually put this into place where it actually makes a difference in your life. So share with me one thing right now, an aha, on something you can do to give more. And again, you're not giving. If some of you followed some of my programs, I talked about the overgiver, right? And there's a difference between giving of yourself and giving up yourself. I'm not talking about you give so much and you feel burnt out. You've given so much to yourself, you're whole, you're complete, you're giving from a full tank. Very different. Cynthia just sent a little gift in the mail yesterday. So fun to do this. Yes. And it can be as simple as like, I love like when I go to the grocery store is like, there's some elderly people there. You just help them, get something from the shelf or open the door, getting their stuff out of their buggy. Like it's so simple. You can help a million people, maybe not a million, but you can help so many people in every second of your day, right? So the opportunities are endless. That's what I probably meant to say. The opportunities are endless where you can actually show up and put that energy out. So there you go. I really want you to, a practice you can implement is go into the feeling of those two, but don't spend a lot of time into the getting, but feel into the giving and how you can integrate it, how you can go from getting to giving. And again, I get that a lot of you are not a lot of getters, but it's a sneaky one. And so it could just kind of like infiltrate in different parts of your life, but you want to keep that frequency high when you're thinking of the giving. So when you start doing this, I want you to find evidence that starts integrating into your nervous system, right? It creates new neural pathways in your brain. You start creating new results, which again starts giving you more evidence, gets established in your nervous system, creates new neural pathways, new results, right? And so it's a new circle, a new circuit, which starts growing and helping you expand in a new direction. So if you want to continue sharing, you know that I always go back and look at this. If you want to dive deeper, I don't have the book here with me, but I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the book, The Go-Giver. If you haven't heard of it, it's very small, a very short read, but very, very powerful. A very powerful read, The Go-Giver. I can't remember off the top of my head. If you know the author, let me know, put it in the chat. But The Go-Giver, very short, gives you a lot of depth into what I'm talking about from a different angle for sure. So I hope you found this helpful. Hope you can see how you can really increase your wealth, your whole life by letting go of the frequency of getting, moving into giving, by making it a conscious choice. You will create different results. But yeah, I invite you to implement this right away. And as always, I love hearing how it goes. And remember, the universe doesn't always give from the same source that you gave. So always know that it might come back in a different source, but you're not doing it to get anything anyways. So thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next Tuesday. And if you know anybody, if you find this helpful, please share it. I know a lot of you have, and I totally appreciate that. I just want to share the message, share the love. If you have any friends, of course you have friends, but if you have any friends who might want to know a little bit more about this topic, I would be super appreciative that you share this group. So have a fantastic day, have a fantastic week, and thank you, Gwendolyn. We will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.